stream is actually through Stream Elements. The plugin that's
I am
on
back.
the OBS.
And Raven falls up. Come on, Taylor.
Because they actually have a plugin nowadays for OBS, so I don't have to use like the actual Stream Elements version.
Yeah, we actually use a different thing called Atom. So I probably won't use...
never heard of it.
It's really good. So Atom is a company that a lot of like big YouTubers are using. Like I think it was co-founded by like Call Me Kevin.
Gotcha.
But like that, like the main thing you pay for. But they came out with 2 plugins. It's AITUM that are free. The multi-stream plugin and the vertical output plugin.
Oh.
So you could basically, so like if you like, you know, you see on like the YouTube shorts, like when you've been over there, it's vertical, like you basically create an entirely different scenes and everything. But you can connect them to your main sources so that when you switch scenes and everything, it switches your main source and your vertical source. And that's actually how we have it set up. So it's like you have like the main canvas and the vertical canvas. The main canvas streams to Twitch and YouTube. Vertical canvas sends to YouTube Shorts. You can also have it send to TikTok or Instagram or Twitter. I don't think you can do it to Instagram. I think you can do it to... So if you go to vertical ad output, it's Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Trovo, X, Kick, and other services. So I guess Instagram.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So
the OBS is Open Broadcast System. It's the free software program that most companies like that is based on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've used. I've used it since 2016. I refuse to switch to anything else just because...
Well, no, it's plugins for OBS.
Simple. Oh, okay.
It's on OBS. So, like, we have OBS, but the Atom is a plugin that... And so you have to go through Twitch first. So you go live on Twitch first. Then you go over to the multi-stream plugin, and you click to go live on the YouTube side.
Yeah, that's what the Stream Elements plugin does, too.
But what I like about it is that it was very easy. Like, I didn't have to do anything with URLs. I just had to do stuff with the stream keys. And with YouTube, you can have more than one stream key. That's why Silver, May, and I were all live at the same time on YouTube, which is, like, really nice. I wish we would have known that years ago. Because one of the reasons why we had gotten on Twitch was so that we both could be live at the same time, not knowing we could be live. And that was before shorts really were, like, I don't think they even had live shorts back then, so...
I was about to say, I don't remember YouTube having multiple stream keys at the time.
Okay.
When I started out. I think that's more of a newer Elon's thing type shit.
Maybe when Twitch, or no, maybe when YouTube added shorts and they started doing live on, like, shorts live, maybe that's when.
Yeah. I think they started doing shorts live to try to compete with TikTok, in honesty.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, everything. Like, you could go on live on Facebook because of TikTok.
Visit a strange
place often. No, Facebook you've been able to go live on for a while. Like, I was able to go live on...
Or I guess you can go live on it, but I think what was changed was the reels. They added, like, those reels.
Yeah, they did add the reels. Instagram you can go live on. Twitter you've been able to go live on, but now you can either choose to have it as, like, the traditional streaming way or by the vertical streaming way. But you can only have one or the other.
Looked, or have you seen the Twitch roadmap for this year?
No.
There is this one part that I'm like, I do not know if I like this or not.
What is it?
Monetization.
Monetization for everybody?
Yes.
See, I have mixed feelings from that because I worked hard to get affiliate back.
That's how I'm feeling, because I'm like, I worked hard. May and I worked hard for months to get it, and like we were lucky enough that we met the right people that we could. We thought it was going to take us a year. Like it would have probably taken us over a year to get monetized if we didn't meet the right people when we did.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't have been monetized when we joined the family. Like just knowing like a lot of our community is from these other like like this group that we found. But then I'm like, but I want to throw things at my husband's. it's like and I'm like, if they, my thing is, if they do it, make it so that it's monetized for everyone, then affiliates need to have some kind of perk, like actual good perk.
See, the thing is with me, I agree with you that affiliates should have a perk, but like on top of that, partners need to have a better perk than the affiliates.
Yeah.
And right now, we don't have really any of that.
Yeah, because like a lot of people, because that was one thing. One person was like, what if it's like you get, they're like, if we get ads when you're affiliate, maybe that's the perk. I'd be like, let's just not be affiliates anymore. Because if we're still getting paid, but we can go ad free.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to be still getting ads on the monetization because that's how Twitch gets their revenue. Mm-hmm. And that might be why they're opening up the monetization as well, is because they feel like they're not getting enough revenue from the affiliates and partners. So they're trying to open for everybody so they can get more revenue.
Yeah.
On top of that, what I think might happen for the just normal monetization is they won't have a control on the app. They will be stuck in the preset ad.
Okay.
Whereas we, as affiliates, have control over it. There's a lot of people that sit there and say, well, affiliate might get taken away. No, I don't think affiliate is going to get taken away.
No, I don't think it's going to get taken away because
Twitch realizes too many people work too hard to get to it.
Yeah, no, there would be an uprising. Like, there would be an uprising if affiliate got taken away.
Yeah.
But then also there's other parts of that one was just the one that was like, I don't know about that. There's this one. They say that there's gonna be what?
I said there's a lot to it on me. I'm weighing out the pros and cons on both of that because, like, you got to think, I have the business office administration mindset. I can sit here and pick the pros and cons from it. Pro for Twitch is they get more ad revenue.
Mr. Savage. Welcome in.
Hello.
We're talking about Twitch, of like the Twitch roadmap. They do have like other things. Like there's more ways to edit and share clips.
Yeah.
Clips help you capture, and this year we'll be making it easier to find, edit, and share clips while giving you the tools to see how they grow your community. Expect smoother editing, new way to highlight epic moment live, and fresh way to inspire your viewers to share your content far and wide. We also will be looking at more automated ways to find the best moments in your stream so you can share clips right after your stream.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm like,
that's not so bad.
Okay.
That's something though that they keep saying that they're going to do and do and do and do. And it seems that they kept lacking on it. So I'm not going to get my hopes up.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things in here. I watched a video about it. Like, I watched a video of someone, like, going through these. And he kept saying, like, don't get your hopes up because they've been talking about this for years. But maybe it's the year. Like, maybe it's the year.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Savage.
That one's right there. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I know they've been talking about that for years. So.
Hold on.
We basically turned this into a podcast.
Sort of, but I'm also wanting to make sure that the audio can be heard. Because someone said hi again. Slick, hi? Hold on.
Hi. Howdy.
Hello. Where's my mic? Yeah, no, the mic is there. I was just making sure.
Maybe they just being silly.
Yeah. But another thing was like the one thing is they're like growing your audience through collaboration. We're working on features to help you earn more money while collaborating. In particular, we'll be launching shared hype trains or for people using Stream Together or Shared Chat, and we'll be exploring other monetization features that can be used when you are collaborating to drive more revenue, like shared subs and goals, or share sub goals, which is gonna be interesting if they add that.
I came to snack first.
You're like, wait, hold on, new people coming. But yeah, so this is something where I don't know about because I'm like, I want to know. Ace, like, congrats on second. I want to know if this will work. So it's like that, or like how it will work. The whole money while collaborating with a shared hype train and a shared sub goal.
Yeah.
Like, how is that going to work? Plus, we'll add the ability to start and manage shared chat sessions right from the mobile app so that you can use it when you're collaborating in the real world. That doesn't apply to me. Cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like, that's a good thing. But if on like for me, it doesn't apply to me because we don't do anything. Like, if we do anything, I really want there to be a software like in the future that is, you know how like the like Snapchat and Facebook have those like filters that can make you look different.
Yeah.
VTube Studio needs like an AR feature where it like maybe like if it takes your like your model or something and like it's your model but out in the real world. That would be amazing. Oh, stats. I was like, wait, status?
Yeah, I did dumb.
We also will continue to explore ways to help smaller streamers find other streamers who are interested in collaborating and by creating communal events like Trick or Treat. That's another thing is I don't know about. Because a lot of times, if you're finding other streamers, sometimes it is harder to grow when you're only collabing.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing we had learned for a while.
Sometimes some people do better at growing with collabing. It just depends more on the person and their personality, because I am one that honestly has done better when I collaborate than when I'm solo.
I think too though is that it depends on the audience of like the person you're collabing with. Like, are they people that like if you're collabing with someone, is their audience gonna be like gonna support both, or are they just gonna support the streamer that they're in? Which I think happens a lot.
See, for me, I know for a fact your audience would probably not support me because you are a Christian streamer. I am a heathen streamer.
Well, so not even, and that's the thing though, is like, yeah, we're Christian streamers, but our audience isn't necessarily all Christian. We're just family friendly. I think that's the main thing, and we're more family friendly.
But at the exactly same time, with me having the whole thing where I don't want minors in my stream, minors do not interact in my streams, because of this is me censoring me, because I know how out of pocket my mouth can be. I know how bad and raunchy my mouth can be. So, like, to protect minors, I have it where you have to be 18 plus to be in order to join my streams. And on top of that, I have extra precautions. And then on top of that, one of my rules is you have to be 18 plus. So if I find out that the person's underage, they get banned, and they're perma-banned from my streams.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter once they turn 18 or not.
There's also this, that is, in 2024, we work to bring more sponsorship opportunities to creators with features like sponsored subscriptions and channel skins, but we're not stopping there. And that's kind of a big thing to say, because they didn't really, they say that we launched it to some. It's like, you didn't launch it, you launched it to your like select ambassadors, not even like partners got it.
No.
So this year we're launching a new tool that will make it easier for streamers to let brands know that they're interested in collaborating and help brands discover new channels to partner with. It looks like maybe they'll start with partner. We'll do that.
Well, hold up. They started with partner just last month with that.
Oh, just
and then
last
in
month.
in April they're going to start having it where also affiliates have it.
Okay. I thought that was
So
still
that was something that already popped up before this whole roadmap thing happened.
Okay. More frequent promotional events. So this year we'll expand our promotional offerings with more chances to streamers to earn throughout 2025. Hey, Kitsune.
Hi, Kitsune.
We're talking about Twitch stuff.
Yeah, we apparently turned her stream into a podcast for a little bit.
So interactive features like drive community support. So we believe that connection between streamers and their communities is at the heart of what makes the Twitch special, and we want to help you deepen that connection. And then they said the updating their mobile experience, and everyone's just like, yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah,
it's bad.
As a person that mainly lives off the mobile, when I am helping mod for like my civvies and stuff like that, like I need upgrades. Because I mod for Papa, I mod for Mikey, I mod for Curse, I mod for Emmy, I mod for several other of the internal fams while I'm at work. Fun fact, I'm currently at work. This shows you how dedicated I am to helping my civvies.
Yeah. Mobile will be nightmare for modding. Yes, it is. And I think that's one of the things is they talked about. They're changing how the mod view looks on mobile.
That's awesome because honestly, sorry, same. Because modding on mobile is atrocious. Like at least with like the desktop version, like I can be able to, if the redeems need to be given back because they can't be redeemed at that time.
Also, you can't pin messages on mobile.
No, you can't. No, you can. You can.
I've never been able to.
On mobile.
I've never been able to.
I can't pin my own message. I can't pin my own messages in mobile, but I have been able to pin other messages.
Okay, no, but sometimes, a lot of times, you need to pin your own messages as a mod. Because a lot of times, that's what happens is, no, I even did /pin on mobile, and it always told me that the command doesn't work. I've tried it for May. I don't think you can do your own.
So if you sit there and hold like the go to Kitsune and mod on yours, but they're if someone was on mobile and they were a mod, they can then click on my name, go down to pin that message. I've at least been able to do it on my iPhone.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I said, I can't pin my own. I can pin if someone else, like Papa posted it, I can pin it.
Yeah. Which still doesn't make sense because a lot of times it's like, hey mod, can you say this and pin this? You know? And that's usually what happens is I will say something because there's times where in May's chat, they'll be like, we'll have people in May's will be playing the game for the first time and people are like, hey, do this. And I'm like, hey guys, stop. Let her figure it out. And then I would pin that message.
Yeah. I would love to be able to have that type of control on mobile. I would love to have that type of control to pin my own messages on mobile as a mod. I also would like the ability to, when a certain redeem isn't working, be able to give it back. There's so much more that can be done to help the mods that are doing it on mobile that isn't currently being done. Like yesterday, I was in Papa's chat on my laptop while updating my PC. I love the experience of being on a mod on desktop over mobile, and then when I'm on mobile, I forget that there's things. But at the exactly same time, when I'm in mod view over on desktop, when Papa raids somebody, I get moved with the raid. On mobile, I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm in mob view 90% of the time, so I can make sure I'm there when a certain message needs to be deleted and stuff like that. Auto mod, like, irritates people, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. No, hopefully they actually fix it. So yeah, like, that's the things I've heard.
So, here's to hoping they actually do that, because that is a much needed change from my mod standpoint. That is a much needed change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple times that happens with raids here. Yes.
But they want, and what gets me is a lot of people that make people mods, some of these people don't even have computers, so having that updated version of the app to be able to do that would be awesome.
Was one of the things was there's one of our friends was asked to be a mod on another friend's Discord, but they basically refused it because they're only on mobile, and they're like, I don't want to mod on mobile. And we're like, fair. Okay. Yeah. You know more than anyone. Yeah. Let's try to... Alright. How do you fight this thing? I don't remember. I think it's just... Remember a time when you couldn't mod on mobile at all? Yeah. I actually don't remember that, but I have heard. Okay. Okay. We're doing Ring Around the Rosie again. You refused to mod for anyone during those days? Yeah. And they make it hard to even copy messages too on mobile. Like raid messages and everything. Not for you? Okay. Yeah, because like I will try to copy a message and it will like be picking up. There you go. that heals me up, and then I can pick this spell. Minutes. If you hold down on the message, it gives you a copy function that... Oh, right. Yeah, no, I remember that now. It's like, it used to be harder, but no, they made it... It's hard to copy it on, like, Twitch, like, desktop. Because a lot of times, if you are mod, because it will, like, come up with the little pop-ups of, like, delete message. I'm like, no, I want a copy.
Yeah, no, I want a copy, don't delete.
Yeah, or I'm like... Where is the, like, it will try to copy, like, the name, like, the username, and I'm like, I don't want to copy the username.
Yeah, no copy username, that's sneaky.
Yep.
So, I'm going to sit here and say this, and you get to have a laugh at this. I am in more control with my filter talking to you when you're streaming than I am even at work. So, yeah. Like, and like, my friends at work are like, are you okay? I'm like, why? They're like, are you having a seizure? I'm like, no, I'm good. And they're like, why? They're like, because you're not cussing every 5 seconds. So, there you go. You make me improve. You may make me improve when I'm at work.
Well, so on Friday night, Solo's coworkers jumped in to the chat, and they definitely are not the best at keeping their language clean. So that's why I marked it as a PG-13, just because of the occasional language, because they would slip up. But someone came in and Cryogenic was like, oh, by the way, they're streaming, so yeah, let's be careful about what we say. Ow! Oh, Kitsu! Kitsu, get to 5 subs. Leo? Leo? Isn't Leo a Sibby? Ow. Maybe. Leo, Marnius, Slick, and Asfarhad, and I don't know what the other one was because...
What's the rest of Leo's name?
Leo Tomagane?
Yeah, that is a Sibby.
That is a Sibby! I think I remembered their name in the thing.
Because, like, when you said Leo, I'm like, yeah, there is a Leo, but I need to know the rest of
it.
No, if it was a Sibby or not.
Yeah, so, he came in and goes, oh, so, like, what words shouldn't I say? And they were like, everything in your mind that's going right now. And he goes, oh, so you mean work mode. Got it. And we're like, yes.
Work mode for me is still cursing, but it's not as much as I do at home.
Yeah.
And for your stream, it's completely no cursing.
Well, so Solo and his coworkers work like corporate. So it's like, it definitely, like, they can't be cussing up a storm or else they might get rid of.
Well, I work for a big company and I'm a contractor. Let's put it this way. This company has very few of their own employees. Everyone that's employed by them, most of the people that are employed by them is contractors. You do have a chance, though, of going from contractor to working for the company, but that means that you're working in the office in the building. I'm not about that life.
Yeah. Well, like, so Solo is a developer. So he works, so there's this company that it wasn't actually that big, But, like, during COVID, it grew. It grew because of people working from home, and they could, like, expand. But now that everyone's coming to the office, it's those people who are not, like, in the area either have to make the commute, or they have to move, or get another job. Which is... Mm-hmm. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
And what's funny is I drove by something just now that was stinky, as I said stinky. I meant stinky meaning what's going on with your husband's job, not stinky as in what was right next to my vehicle.
Yep. He doesn't know what he wants to do, because, like, right now, he's staying in the job unless there's a spot that opens up somewhere else that's closer. Yeah. The sad part is that, so, May's husband's boss really wants Solo. He keeps offering him a job. But it's not work from home. So that we would have to move again because it's even further away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, I think it's an hour and a half to get up there.
Don't you guys own your house that you're currently in?
We do.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to move.
No, it's more so we've already, like, we bought a house in the city and we moved, like, a year later. And so it's, we're staying here until interest rates go down. Or we can make money off the house.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, you could do, like, a little Airbnb, but at exactly the same time...
I don't think anyone would come to this area for...
I would!
Oh, you want to know something that... I had a kind of small thing of panic last night. Or not last night, yesterday after stream. It was around, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon when my kids have music.
Yeah.
They have music. And so I went in and, I take them to music. I get out of the car. And I send we're late, so I send my older boys in with the baby to get to the thing. My 6-year-old is just going super slow. Like, he's not coming out of the car. Like, he's trying to grab out all his toys. And I'm like, okay. As I'm getting out of the car, I hear the tornado sirens. And I'm like,
oh,
crap.
No.
I was like, really? So I went over and I'm like, we need to go now. And, like, I'm probably sounds like I'm yelling at this point because I'm like, let's go inside. Like, we have to at least get inside. Like, so I grabbed his arm, yanked him out just because, like, we're going. I grabbed, like, whatever I could of his toys because I'm like, I get to the door. And the kids had gone inside. You're not supposed to close the door because it locks from the inside. So I'm there just like, great. As the tornado sirens are going, so I, like, had to, like, knock hard enough that my 7-year-old could hear the knock. As soon as I opened the door, the sirens stopped. So I was like, wow, okay. But, that just sort of panic that you're in the middle of a parking lot with a kid who's going super slow and the tornado sirens go off. And the funny thing is, it's hilarious how one moment in your life can really drastically change how you view things.
Yeah.
I grew up where you heard the tornado sirens, check your weather, look at the sky, whatever. But getting our house basically damaged to the point where we couldn't live in it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that does.
I had that, like, I always have a slight panic whenever there's a tornado siren because I'm like, yeah. But especially, like, if it was just me, then I wouldn't care, but it was because it was my kid.
Yeah.
My kid was there, and I'm like, so I had to, like, grab him, and...
I remember when I lived in Texas, where we lived at, we did get tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
I had just and I didn't have a valid driver's license at the time. So I was only driving from my house to the little convenience store that was like 30 minutes away, because that was what the cops gave me permission to do. As long as I didn't hit the main road that went through, because it was a highway, they were fine with me just driving to that little convenience store. Never had to hit the highway. We had just gotten back, and both of my kids are, at the time, was 3 and 1. I unbuckled my daughter as fast as I could. Actually, no, I didn't even unbuckle. I just unbuckled both of their car seats, yanked their car seats up, and carried them into the house.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not playing this game. Well, my daughter's car seat was easier to get out of the back seat of the pickup truck. When I'm unbuckled, because she was front facing, my son was still rear facing. So I had to literally fight to get it from unwedged between both the front seat and the back seat. But like, that took much, because when you're adrenaline pumping, you can do anything.
Yeah.
What have you done? What
The tornado did so much to all of our psyches that for like months, my kid kept talking about how the tornado was going to come back and steal more stuff.
No. The poor child.
And he kept pretending there was tornadoes. Like, it was a pretend, like, he would make believe tornadoes.
Oh.
Where we're like, he was traumatized.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll, like, I don't know if he'll remember it. I think he was only, like, 4 when it happened. He might remember it. I don't know. Baby won't, because,
See, I remember when Hurricane Andrew hit Florida. I was, like, born and raised in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I was growing up here when it hit. So, like, I remember every moment of that. My German Shepherd howling and crying in the garage because we moved him into the garage, just because of how stressed he was getting from the storm, and they couldn't control him in the house. And he accidentally hurt one of my cousins. Everyone came to our house because our house was had more rooms available that was away from windows and stuff like that. So that was a benefit of our house at the time that we lived in when I was a kid. We were like listening to the reports on the radio. We were hearing trees falling down, like power lines snapping, just so many things going on. I remember that, and I was born in '87. Andrew hit
all seeds with his wisdom
in the early '90s. I can't remember exactly what year, but I was still young, but I remember that.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't remember that both my mom and my sister's dad agreed on is I had a lot of toys originally, but after and we didn't get hit near as hard as other places did. When my sister's dad was a truck driver, he had to take loads down to where the worst of it was. I gave him a bunch of my toys that I didn't play with to give to the kids after they said we watched a news segment and there was a little girl that pulled a toy out of the rubble. And then I went and decided to do that as he was getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Both my parents sat there and said I did that. I'm like, I don't remember that. That's the only thing from Andrew I don't remember.
Yeah. My
So he could possibly wind up remembering the worst of it and not.
Fear and foreboding.
Yeah, my husband. Well, like all I like what I remember is like I remember like us looking around the house because we heard it. Like we heard like we were like, are we gonna have a garage? Because our garage door was rattling. So we're like, we're just sitting there like this is the loudest it's ever been. Like we're like maybe this is real. Like we don't know what's going on out there. My phone had died, so but like Solo's phone was there, still there, and really what made us go to the shelter wasn't even the fact that they were like it's about to hit the mall, which is like right next to us. It's the fact that I was getting messages even before that moment. I was getting messages from my sister-in-law and my parents from other states. My parents were watching it on YouTube.
Oh no.
So it was so bad that my kids were like, or everyone was like, everyone out of the state were like trying to see if we were okay. And I'm like, maybe because after like a few messages from my sister-in-law, I looked at Solo and said maybe we should go to the shelter just in case. And like we get out, and we're like, hey, everything looks good. I walked around the house. The only thing that was annoying was our back door. So Honey used to be an outside dog.
Yeah.
She was outside, and I said because of all the rain, I wanted her inside. So I brought her in and put her in her kennel. We couldn't get her into the shelter. She refused. My Luna was the first one in the shelter.
She like nope, I'm going.
Luna was the first one in the shelter. Honey didn't want to go in the shelter, so fine. Like I pulled the kennel like away from the windows, and we go in there, and the back door was shattered, or not shattered, but it was like it was cracked, and the was flown open.
Oh my goodness!
So she was soaked. Of course, this was at least this was before I got my desktop.
Yeah.
So that's where my computer, like my setup is.
Decades.
Oh no.
So like at least my laptop was fine and all of that. And then finally I get all the kids to bed, and I'm coming down the stairs when I hear my husband talking to a woman who at the door, and I thought, oh, maybe this is our, because like we would have been on the road if we hadn't gone to church, or if we went to church, because of the weather, and because it was like at a friend's church, because it was a Wednesday night, because of a church, our church friends were like out in the middle of nowhere. We always didn't like driving there whenever there was bad weather. So we said we were not going to go to church, and we when we were at home, I thought, oh, did they end up coming to our house first, because it was our pastor and his wife has to pass by our house to get home, and they were on the road when we were in the shelter. And I thought, oh, maybe they came here so that they can wait it out because it's on their way to their house. And but then I was like, I don't recognize the voice. I go down, and I hear, we were just making sure y'all were okay and alive. I'm like, why wouldn't we be? Go outside. And she's like, it hit your house. And so we're like, okay. We go outside, and that's like the first sight I see is everyone's siding is in the road. Like, that's the first I see. The next thing I see is across the road, our neighbor's house was collapsed and into itself.
Oh my goodness.
And then that's when we started hearing we started hearing someone come over and say, hey, she doesn't have a shelter and she's home, and it's an older woman. So of course Solo and a lot of like the other men on the street went over and broke the window because they saw her. She had miraculously she had basically she was on her bed with her dog when her room collapsed around her.
Oh my goodness.
The roof where it collapsed was her room. She was very close to being dead, like crushed. And they pulled her out of the house. This tornado that damaged a college right down the road that hasn't had tornado damage in the 100 years that's been here. So tornado has this, it did not damage, like, it damaged the college so much that they had to cancel school for like a month.
Oh man.
And there was no casualties in our town.
That's lucky, because
yes.
I remember in Oklahoma, there was a town that me and my ex-husband, when we were truck drivers, that used to frequent. That literally we were coming up that way with a load that was for the town just past it. For the Walmart DC, just past it, actually, not the town. And we had tornadoes all around us. At one point in time, we had to stop underneath an overpass and run up into the beams of the overpass because there was no ditches to duck down in as a tornado passed. It ripped off the driver's side door of our semi-truck and destroyed our windshield, took our windshield. I was driving, might I also add at the same time, because I drive better at night than I do during the day, so I took the night shift normally. We jumped back into the semi-truck after the tornado passed. It cranked right back up. I'm like, okay, just get us to town. Please get us to town. I drove that thing, and as I got close, I think I was about 50 miles out. I hear a officer, one of the state county officer, or one of the state boys in that town. He's like, if anyone can hear me, you got another tornado inbound. Please break the speed limit and get here for your safety.
The one time a cop says speed.
Yes. And I came over to radio. I'm like, we just got hit by one just a few miles, or like 50 miles back. We're on our way. I got pedal to the floor right now. I'll be there as soon as possible. He's like, when you get here, follow me. I'll take you where we're parking the semi-trucks. Then you and your co-driver get into my car, and I'm taking you guys to our shelter.
You remember what year that was?
The Prince and Mask. That was like 2006.
2006? Okay. Yeah. There was a really big one that hit Oklahoma in 2013 when my mother-in-law was driving through.
Mm-hmm.
That tore off her door.
No, excuse me, that was 2007.
2007. Okay.
Because it was shortly before we found out I was pregnant with our daughter. That was no joke. That was terrifying. I've dealt with tornadoes before.
Welcome back, Kitsu.
Never something like that. So that sticks to my mind. We managed to get there, and when we got in sight, he said, "Hey, is that you?" I'm like, "If it's a Swift truck missing a front windshield in front and the driver's side door, yeah, that's me." And he's like, "Follow me." And he led us to where we were parking. We set the brakes, didn't even bother turning off the truck, just left it, because we were cutting it close from what he was saying. We jumped in the car, drove to the school that they were using as a shelter, got into the school, stayed there overnight. Night cleared up, whole city flattened. Whole city flattened. And then the town that we like to stop in to get food, everything was wiped off the map on that one. So I cried because we had a place that we like to stop and eat at. We drove through there and we didn't know at the time, but the whole city was lost. Like every life was lost.
Ooh.
In that one. We didn't know at the time, but like we were driving through it with another driver. His load was damaged. Our load was like his load was not usable. Our load wasn't. Our tractor trailer, or like our semi, was completely destroyed. So after we managed to unhook our trailer from that, even though we were Swift at the time and he was not, we talked to our dispatcher. The dispatcher said if the guy was willing, because he was an owner-op, get the load to the distribution center if we needed. We get to the distribution center. We're calling the distribution center while we're like halfway up there, and they're saying we can't accept any trucks. All bays are damaged. Please turn around and go back. We text our DM that, and he's like, "Give me a second." He talked to someone, and they're like, "Distribute it in the city that you guys were in, because of because they're going to need the water. Just unload the trailer there at that city. We'll pay the insurance out to make sure that these people have water because of how bad damaged everything is." Like, okay. We popped the seal on the back of the trailer and just started unloading cases of water by hand, passing them out to the cops who were then distributing the cases of water out through the residents.
Yeah.
And all the drivers that couldn't move because either their trailers were damaged or their trucks were damaged, or they were just stuck between two trucks because of the damage, they started helping unload and everything like that. But like I just remember I happened to be overhearing the officers talking to some rescue workers, and they sat there and said, "Yeah, no one survived the town up." And I like just started crying because like like I said, me and my ex-husband purposely stopped there every time. We stayed at the hotel when we stayed there. Really nice family that ran that hotel. Really nice diner, which was family owned as well, and the waitresses and waiters were really, really awesome. And just to know that they were gone and we weren't going to get to see them ever again just like broke me. They started repairing this. They were digging through the rubble to bring back the city, and at one point in time, from what I heard later from my ex-husband when I was pregnant with our son, they just stopped because they couldn't, like every time they move a rubble they found another person, and they just decided to let them lay and rest there as is and not bring back the city. So literally that was a city that was wiped off the map. Tornadoes are no joke.
Yeah. It's like, that's one thing, it's like, I guess I grew up with cautious respect for tornadoes.
Yeah.
Where it's, it's gonna be bad if you do get hit. But because it happens so much, we're not scared out of our wits about it.
Yeah.
And like, there was one tornado that I was like 5 or 6 at the time, that it came, and I don't think it was really a big tornado. I think it was just like mainly wind. My parents we had run a bed and breakfast, and we ran a bed and breakfast, and my parents were preparing for a wedding, and they told these people who wanted an outdoor wedding in tornado season, saying, "Hey, we can't control the weather, so it might have to get moved inside. And they reiterated that so many times, saying, hey, just FYI, there might be weather this weekend. And they're like, we're still doing it outside. So we're like, okay. And I was like 5 or 6 when my friend and I were playing in the backyard when the sirens were going off. Of course, I'm 5 or 6. I don't really know what the sirens sound like. So we're just playing. We're just listening. And we're like, huh, what is that sound? When one of the guests, one of the people who were preparing for the wedding, was they were preparing for the wedding. They told us, and they're like, what are you still doing out here? Do you want to die? I was like, what? And he goes, there's a tornado. So of course, I mean, like, you don't tell that to a 5-year-old. Like, do you want to die?
I have breakfast now.
So I jumped out and ran in and screamed for my parents because I'm like, we're gonna die. And they're like, no, like, they put everyone in the basement. And we had two basements. Like, family and friends were in one, and then we had some of the guests were in the ones with us as well. And we go out, and the tornado had like torn down all of the decorations. There was no damage or anything. We just didn't have power. And
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Hello?
I'm back.
Welcome back. What was the last thing you heard?
We were talking about how bad tornadoes were, and you were talking about the how we take them for granted. Basically, they happen so much that we're just basically used to them when we should still kind of respect them, type thing.
Yeah. So I started a story about this. So the like, there was we owned a bed and breakfast, and that this couple really wanted their wedding outside during, like, I think it was like March or May. Like, it was during tornado season. And we reiterated multiple times that, hey, it's tornado season in Tornado Alley. There might be weather, so we can't guarantee that we can do it outside. And even the week of, we're like, are you sure you don't want to move in inside? There might be weather. Like, the weather forecast says there might be weather. And they're like, we're fine. We want it outside. That's our dream wedding. So my parents were like, okay, suit yourself. It was like a Friday night when they were setting up, and me and my friend were out playing in the rocks. So we were just like, because I was like 5 or 6. And you do not tell this to a 5-year-old. The sirens were going off. And we were like, I didn't quite know what it meant. I just remember hearing the sirens and going, huh, weird noise in the sky. What's going on? And so we, like, my friend and I were just, and you don't tell this to a 5-year-old, but they're like, do you want to die? There's a tornado coming.
Oh my.
So, of course, that freaks us out. So we jump in, we run inside. I'm crying to my dad and my mom, saying there's a tornado and all of it. And so they usher us into the basement. We had 2 basements. One basement housed most of the guests, but some of the guests had to be in the basement with us as well. And so we're in the basement, and we're just waiting it out. But of course, my parents, being the hostess they are, were going from one basement to another basement. Because they want to make sure that the guests are happy. And all of that. And so when we came out, basically the only damage was to all of the decorations. The decorations were gone. The decorations for the wedding were gone. This couple wrote one of the worst reviews ever because we didn't secure the decorations.
How are you supposed to secure the decorations?
and we're like, I am sorry, we warned you that there might be weather. And we're like, it's tornado season. It's Tornado Alley. There's going to be tornadoes. There's going to be wind.
Yeah.
Like, the two bad reviews my parents got were people like that, where it's hey, like, they ruined our wedding because the decorations are gone, and it's like, we warned you. And then another one was like, this guy was really mad that, so we had this wall of bells because this used to be like the mayor's house, like back in the 1800s. So he would have maids. Thank you for the hydrate, Kitsune. They would have maids, and so they would have bells. We had a lot of the old antiques from that time. Like, it was like up for display.
Yeah.
And he was mad that he had taken one of the bells, hoping that it was one where if he rung it, someone would come and help him.
Yeah.
When this is a huge house, and apparently he was ringing it in the middle of the night when me and my parents are on the opposite side of the house.
Yeah.
Like, we had like the old part of the house. Connected to the old part of the house was a kitchen. Connected to the kitchen was a breezeway. Like, a really decent sized breezeway. So a huge hallway that ended with a hot tub. Then you go up the stairs, and then that's our apartment where we lived.
Yeah.
So we're not going to hear your little bell. Then he also wrote a thing because my parents ended up calling the cops because he stole the bell.
Oh no.
So he stole the bell, and I think some of the linens and the brass doorknob. He took the doorknob off our...
What the heck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was another woman that took one of the blankets because they thought it was complimentary. We're like,
what the? No.
Yeah, I know. And we were like, no, like, you can't even do that in a hotel. It's like, it'd be something if it was like the little travel size, like, soaps and things. Maybe you thought it was a hotel, but no, this is like, even in a hotel you can't take the blankets. I don't know where you've been staying, but that's a thing. We have met so many crazy individuals.
People with money, that's what it is.
Yeah.
People with money think they can take anything.
Had that happen before? Yeah. So, we met a ton of crazy, just interesting people. There was one person, so I remember vaguely, there was this woman. I didn't know who she was at the time, because I was only like 5 or 6. But she loved me. Like, she was, like, she stayed with us for like a month. So, like, she had money. So she stayed with us for like a month, and she even came to like church with us. I remember, like, she was like, she would have me in her lap and all that. Like, I remember sitting next to her and watch, like, she would hey, Grim! She was writing a book. So I was like, oh, cool, you're writing a book. And she would read me parts of this book. And, like, I'm, like, 4 or 5 years old. So I'm like, I don't know who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Gene Kelly is?
Yeah.
Singing with the Rain. It was his last wife.
Oh.
She was writing a memoir or like a biography about Gene Kelly. And okay. I was basically in the room as she was writing it because she wanted a secluded place. But she really took she likes kids. So she really took a liking to me being around. So she would request my parents to have me with her while she was. And at this moment, at the moment, I'm like, whatever. Not knowing who I was sitting next to.
Yeah, because you're just a kid. You're like, oh, I don't know who this is. This is just some lady giving me attention.
Patricia Ward.
Oh my goodness.
That was her name, Patricia Ward. I remember she had me call her Pat Pat.
Aww.
Pat.
She adopted you as a grandchild.
Yes.
Yoink.
Yeah, so it was
She's like,
just
this is mine now. This is my.
The funniest thing is there was this group of people pushing. Hey, so I didn't turn into May this time.
Well, it was because I didn't throw it at you.
But Kitsune did. And Kitsune has the curse.
Oh, Kitsune and me both had the curse.
Yes.
Barely. And not our brother curse.
Yes. That's hilarious. I keep mentioning it to Cursed, and he keeps going, why? Why? Like, because of funny.
Yeah, I still remember when he came into VC with both of us that one night, is that there's a, you think you're just as funny as Faye and May.
I'm already here for this. Yeah. So, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it. Grim. We made funny. And so I think the funniest part is that, like, I talked to May and we're like, Curse just makes it. Kitsune had.
He makes it so easy.
He makes it easy to mess with him because he freaks out at the just comment. Because
yeah, he does.
Because all I did was I was just seeing if he had a YouTube so that I could tag him in something. And he's like, no.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it was. No, it wasn't with May. It was with me because you were trying to see if he had a YouTube.
Yes, it was with you. It was with you. Post. I was talking to May though about it afterwards and saying he just makes it so easy because we freaked him out with our twin moments before multiple times. Where we'll say the exact same thing and he's like, you just said the exact same thing, and we're like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, that's not crazy to you? I'm like, no. We laugh about it, but it happened so much.
Yeah.
No, but basically it was, I told him, hey, basically I was like, excitedly, I was like, hey, you have a YouTube for your VTuber account? Tis important. And he's like, I don't? ? I'm like, okay, it's fine then. Like, fine then, haha. And he's like,
I missed.
And then he's like, I'm so confused. I'm like, good. Because whenever he gets confused, I'm like, I'm going to play with this. Good. He goes, Faye, what are you on about? I'm so confused. I'm like, shh, it's fine. Why did you ask if I have YouTube? Don't worry about it. He's like, I am now. And then that's when you went to him.
Yep. And I sat there and let me see it because I'm trying to pull it up right now. So give me a second. Oh, no. This is one thing I hate about the Discord mobile app is it's glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm back. I'm trying to see exactly what it said because I could pull up my Discord message between him and me right now. I put, you have a TikTok, right? Yeah. It's from Curse. I put cool. And then he gives me this like little like annoyed face. I put what? And then he comes in the VC.
Because he saw that we were together in the VC, so he's like, okay, they're up to something. Because it was exactly the same.
It was so funny. And he's like, what are you two doing? And then like, da-da-da. I'm like, well, go look at your TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I know he had a TikTok because I tagged him purposely. And he hadn't seen the video. And then he watched the video. He's like, ha ha ha, ha, you think you're so funny.
Yeah. We are funny.
He's like, you're just as bad as Fan May. I'm like, to me.
Well, like, I've done it so much where I will be like, I'll just say something and he freaks out about it. I'm like, I'm gonna have fun with this.
And it was funny because he came into the VC just freaking out about it too. Because, like, he's freaking out because he gets that real high, like, very stern British accent going on. It was so funny. I think me and Faye was just losing it so much, laughing at how much he was losing it.
Yeah, it's funny. We get them with our mom voice as well as with our twin moments. We just freak him out so much. It's hilarious. I love it.
The one time I used my mom voice on accident, he's like, wait, what? I'm like, you do realize I am a parent, right? He's like, I keep forgetting you have kids. And he honestly does always forget that I have kids.
I think it's easier for, like, May and I, because our kids actually come in to the room, and our kids are little, so it's kind of hard to forget we have kids, and we have so many.
And for me, like, my kids aren't right here with me. They're with their dad. So, like, they're not constantly there. I don't. And a lot of times if I get talking about them too much, I get upset. So, like, that's why I don't talk about them a lot, though I am proud of them. The oldest is turning 17 this year, and they've already told, and both her and her brother, who's 2 years younger than her, have already talked to their older half-sister from my ex-husband's first marriage, who's also like 5 years younger than me, I might add. That as soon as they turn 18, they want to come find me. Their older sister's like, you don't have to try to find her. I have her phone number, and I have her location. I can contact her, and we can go see her. I'm saying her because my former stepdaughter does not know that I'm transitioning into a guy, so, like, and I don't want her to accidentally say something to my kids that would then accidentally get said to their dad. And then cause all sorts of more mess for me, because their dad is just, like, not a good guy. Though, from what I heard from my stepdaughter, he did not vote for the current president, which shocked me. Because he voted for him the first time, so that's why that shocks me.
Okay. Yeah. I had something to say, but I can't remember.
my oldest stepdaughter keeps me updated on my kids. That, and I know my daughter's Facebook page, so I kind of snoop around on it from time to time.
Yeah. I need to just I need to voice record my baby saying Papa Ada.
Yes, you do.
I need to record him saying Papa Ada.
You need to do that and send that to Papa, and then on top of that, also make that like a channel point redeem.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like whenever. Well, I would love it, like, whenever he jumps in, it'd be like, here, listen, Papa Ada. Papa Ada.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to learn how to say Aunt May, because he says Aunt, her real name. So I'm like, and like, he knows her name. Like, it's hilarious how well he knows her name.
Oh, it's gonna be funny if you try to get him to say Uncle Surrey.
Yeah. Another thing that's funny is my kids were messing around and they said my name, like my name, just like instead of mommy, like just be like, cause I we kind of like mess around a lot where they will start saying my name and I'm like, no, like you don't say my name. The baby picked it up and kept running up to me saying my name. It's so cute. But I'm like, no, it's mommy. And he's like, mommy.
Oh, talking about babies, my fur baby, Gizmo.
Yeah.
Absolutely scared of dogs. Okay? Mm-hmm. Absolutely terrified of dogs because of a husky
Stop
incident
it.
when she was a kid. Or when she was younger, but like the husky didn't really attack her. It was more of a play thing, but the huskies are hyper, so it kind of startled her and made her scared of dogs. Mm-hmm. Gizmo decided to be a brave little calico cat that she is. Walks over to the washer because I have my gate up between my door and that, and then I have the washer to try to get Queenie, the dog, used to my cats while her mom's away. Gizmo walks over to the washer and sticks her head close enough for the dog to lick her in the face, and Gizmo quickly turned around like, nope, 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 nope. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen, child? Mm-hmm. You thought you were going to walk right up there and all she was going to do was sniff you while you sniffed her? No, she's a face licker.
Another new thing my baby has started doing, and he started it yesterday, is so May and I tend to say, like, when things happen, we say, really? He started
I say really
that.
too.
He started saying it, where he'll even put up his arms like in the question like arms. I'm trying to do it like without,
like, especially when the cats say something, I go, really, Gizmo, or really, Raven.
Yeah, but he just was running around going, really, like in his little voice.
Fast, I'll hear you.
Okay, he was going, really, like just running around. I'm like, really, child? And he's like, really? Like, I know where he gets it from, but. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, like what's going on here? He's been picking up on so many like nuances. And he loves his seat because when he's in his seat, he gets food. And when he gets food, he gets drink, which he calls milk. So he'll run to his seat, go, seat? So I'll put him in the seat, and he's like, food? So I'm like, okay, I'll get you food. And he's like, milk? I'm like, no milk, we'll get water. And he's like, water? I'm like, water? I don't blame him. Yeah. And then, like at church, so we have, so on Sundays, we have like, where we go to church and we get there around 10 o'clock. Me and the kids get there around 10 o'clock. Solo gets there earlier so he can help set up. But we get there around 10 o'clock, and then the first thing he does is goes to the high chair and wants to get into his seat so he can eat, which is not the time, because we have our first service. Nom nom nom. Yeah, he has the first service, and then right after the first service, which is like the actual, like the main service, we have a lunch fellowship. So we have an hour of like, everyone brings food, and then we eat for an hour, and then we have like a Bible study. So instead of Sunday evening, they do it Sunday afternoon, because we do have a few families that do travel. We used to be the ones that travel. We used to drive an hour to church, but now but we moved closer. And the people who travel can't necessarily make it to eat like Sunday evenings, because what's the point of driving home and then driving back to church? And so we're sitting there, and so at lunchtime he goes to his seat, but there's babies younger than him now. There's only one high chair, so we're letting the younger one get his high chair, and he's mad at that. We're like, you get big boy seat though. And so you put him on the chair, and then he's happy because he's like, oh, I still get food. And then, so after lunch, we have the, of course. Yeah, Yeah, it lives through you. But that's funny. Yeah, Grim, this is the curse. This is the curse that we're talking about. It started with Kitsune, where almost every potion he would send would turn me into May, and it got to the point where one of our last streams, Kitsune threw a potion at me, turned me into May, and then threw a potion at May and turned her into me. So we were swapped. We had swapped places during our stream. And then that curse apparently has gone to Suri. You love that? Yeah. It's every first potion I send, I turn Faye into May, and when I do it to May, turn her to Faye. Help. Yeah. I want to know if there is a way to see who has gotten timed out on the YouTube side, like a moderation list. Because I feel like we should maybe make a list, at least for the mods. I miss when I used to potion their wolf ears and tail. Yeah, you usually do that after turning me into May. I then get the tail. Had I timed out? Because moderation history in the... Well, okay, so it says, like, there's moderation history in the live feed, but... Yeah, it used to be the first potion. Yeah. I want to know, like... Because it says there is no official way to see a list of who you have timed out on YouTube Live. However, you can view a user's moderation history in the live chat feed. But I don't know if, like... Because I want to make sure that if, like, people come back, you can see who... They need to up their moderation game. Yeah, they need to up their moderation game. What? Why isn't the YouTube main connected? That is weird. Because it is mean, yeah. It says I'm live. And the excellent connection. Oh, I am over here now. Hi, Grim. No, yeah, my preview was screwed up. But yeah, so, Grim, I will have to, like... I don't know who it was, but I had to time someone out for 24 hours last week on Thursday. But it's it's a joke that I will not be saying live because of how bad it was. I can just say that it was in regards to a terrorist event that happened, over 20 years ago. So, by the way, I'm going to attempt to make some D&D overlays for the D&D group I'm part of. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I tried with YouTube for a while, but never kicked really. And okay, you can message me to look out for it if you want, but I will keep an eye out as much as I can. Yeah. So YouTube, we have grown on the YouTube live side. Okay, you're in that group every other Saturday. I am me again. Yay. Here, let me get out of this. Because I'm not sure if I will... I might do some of the achievement stuff offline, because I just went through the game completely, and I don't think I got any of the new ones yet. But here's Ravenfall. This is what everyone's been up to. You need 10 more points, and then you can throw another potion. Yeah. So, yeah, so on the YouTube side, we went from like about 200, like since we started going live on YouTube, we went from like about 260 subscribers to 325. We have some videos getting edited. But yeah, the moderation on YouTube, I wish there was a feedback. I wish there was a feedback. Yeah, hey YouTube, you can play with Spike on Twitch. Yeah, on the Twitch side. Yeah. Some you can, some you can't. Well, you can still post them. They don't get copyright stroked, but they just make it where you can't monetize the content. But that really doesn't matter if you're not getting monetized anyways. So it's good to have like so like we have a couple of our, and the fun thing about YouTube is how they do claims is like you may have like a video that has a claim on it, a copyright. It's like a copyright claim. It's not a strike. A copyright claim. And if you dispute it, the claim holder has 30 days to respond. If they do not respond in those 30 days, they lose their right to claim the video. We have had some videos, like gameplay videos, that yeah. The annoying thing is that the people who made the intro song to God Eater 3 did respond and said, no, apparently they don't want videos monetized if you have the intro song on YouTube. Like, really? It's an intro song to your game. Like, it's gameplay. There is like a, like when you dispute it.
Is why they're like that.
That's stupid. Yeah. There was also like the songs in Spirit and Mouse. Amazing. I disputed those because those are literally in the game. Like, it's not even like you would have to turn off all sounds in order for it not to be heard, but you need the sounds to play the game.
So real quick, there is a way to make it where only certain tracks play on certain things for Twitch, and I can help you with that I think it's also like, certain tracks for YouTube as well. Like the first two tracks on Twitch or the first two tracks are what get caught by the VODs. So you can still play the music, it just won't get caught in your VODs if you uncheck those. If you uncheck those, I can find out which ones it is for YouTube and help you with that, so that you can still have the music playing on stream, but it doesn't save to the VOD.
Wait, clan? Yeah, you can join the clan, Graham. If you do,
so like there is workarounds to that stuff, because I had to do that when I played the Guardians of the Galaxy game on stream, because even their non-copyright music is copyright music.
Yeah. Well, no, you have to actually do. It's a command, so there. Yeah, you're now recruited into the clan. They haven't done much with clans yet, except you can enchant your items that you are wearing. So, like, I can enchant my chest plate. So I have a dragon.
Have pets.
Yes, we have pets.
That's all I have is pets. I have no weapon, no armor, no nothing. I'm naked.
Ah, I failed to enchant the dragon chest. When you enchant something, like the enchanting level is clan level. So that's the level, like everyone has the same enchanting level in the clan. But yeah, so if you go mining and actually up like craft stuff, you can actually get armor and all of that. But I know you're just
I haven't crafted yet.
What? Yeah, you're just going down the list.
Yeah. I started with magic so I could have some attack when it came to fighting, like in the dungeons and the boss raids.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing strength training so I can be strong.
Strong
like Mother Russia.
Here. Yeah, Mikey literally has nothing.
Mikey Nikki.
Mikey Nicky. So does Gray, Hampton, Lionheart.
What about me? Because I didn't see me.
You have your pet.
I have my pet, yay! The calico one too. Oh, it looks like my cat Gizmo.
Yeah.
The pet is now officially named Gizmo.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I get any more pets. That's the one that's staying equipped. Oh, and it fell down like Gizmo. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a Gizmo cat.
Yeah. And then there's MB who is doing the fishing. 99 fishing. Literally can't get. With fishing, that's another one that you get up to 99. You can't get to 100.
Yeah. I did fish. I think, no, I haven't done fishing yet.
You've done fishing. That was the first thing you did.
I did?
Yeah. Right. 99 fishing.
Oh. I guess I wanted food.
Yeah. So, okay, I want to. There's different caps for each island, Grim. So
My magic's at 100.
Yeah. Ravenfall Island. So if you go to this website, you can see like the different level caps. So like the combat like effective rate. So like for home, the effectiveness rate is 1 to 50. So once you get over 50, it's something where you should go to the next island. You can still get up to 99. You can still get up to 99, but it will be slow going.
Or in my case, yeah, or in my case with magic, get up to 100 because I haven't gone to another island.
Yeah, I don't know how some of that works. If you go to away, then the effective rate is like 50 to 100. So this is why like whenever I was mining, I would go to the island of Kyo because that's effective rate is 200 to 300. But I go back to Iron Hill, which is 100 to 200 for my like combat. Cuz combat is that one. I love how it says level 2 high. Am I not at Iron Hill? I should be at Iron Hill. Oh no, okay. It takes a minute to. My combat level is like 160 some.
Ah! That my ankle tried to give out from underneath me and make me fall.
Ooh. Yeah, so I guess what we'll have to do is anytime we like time out someone, like starting now, anytime we time out someone on YouTube side, we can have like I can pull up a Google Sheets thing and share it with the mods and like keep that updated.
I recommend using an Excel sheet if you can, like an Excel version of the Google Docs.
I don't have Excel
Because that would actually help, because you can also like list why they were timed out.
Well, you mean the Google I guess Google Sheets is Excel, right? Basically.
They might be. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't really dealt with them before.
Oh, I guess like it's more so like just so that it's more organized. So someone can just pull it instead of it just being in like a Discord channel.
Yeah.
And it like has like a reasoning why, because like I'm like YouTube.
Because at least in the Discord or even on Twitch, you know the reasons why because it's already listed in both of those things when the person gets timed out or banned.
Yeah.
With YouTube, apparently that's a no.
They don't.
YouTube
They don't
do better.
see. That's the thing is they don't even let you ban it. Like you can block.
I know.
Channels so they can still watch your content, but they can't talk. They can't comment.
Which is stinky.
Which is why I'm like, yeah, like it leaves me like confused because I'm like, how is this? Every other thing does it similar except YouTube.
Because YouTube doesn't want to be like everybody else and be uniform. They just want to be their own individual person. Sorry.
Yeah, it says like while you can block someone on YouTube, which prevents them from commenting on your videos, you can't truly ban them because YouTube is a public platform. So?
But see, that's the thing. Twitch is also a public platform, and you can ban people there.
Meaning anyone can still view your videos, even if you block them. They just won't be able to interact with your content through comments or direct messages. It's like, but they can still spam, like they can still spam dislikes and still find your content and make an alt and come back and do the same stuff that they were doing.
I'm trying to control my mouth for your stream. So but like, you can imagine how I would go off if I wasn't on your stream. You know me, so.
I'm like, yeah.
By the way, I still laugh about the fact that one time I joined you guys on Minecraft, how you and Faye, or you and May, went hiding behind me.
Yes!
When I attacked Krim for killing May.
Yeah. I'm not sure what, like, I'm thinking maybe next Thursday we'll do Zombie Apocalypse again.
Ooh, and my desktop be fully set up by then.
Yay! Trust me, I'm surprised I have been able to control myself as long as I have. You and May changed me. He's become more family friendly.
Since I'm only family friendly when I'm playing with Faye and May.
Yeah, no.
But they already know that there's a couple of games that I've already warned them of that I can't control my mouth on.
Hello? Yes.
Hello, stream. It is the Surrey takeover. Well, May deals with a phone call. Well, Faye deals with a phone call. I said Faye. I said May, I meant Faye.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, so we had rescheduled, so Thursday, he has an appointment. But then it blinked that he already has therapy at 2. Yes. My other kid has an appointment on Wednesday. So, yeah. So, yeah, and then Thursday, and then you said you guys are not open Friday? So, yeah. 2. Yeah, we'll just do 2 again. The normal.
Alright. Sorry, chat. I got to mute because I'm going to move a bin.
Thank you. Bye. Alright. Hold on, let me get my headphones back in and fix my... So, Thursday... So my kid has speech therapy Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Thursday, one of my kids has a doctor's appointment. Wednesday, my kid has a doctor's appointment. And then on so they were like, hey, let's just reschedule for Tuesday at 3 so that you can still have 2 speech therapies. And I was like, okay, whatever. Totally forgetting that he's already has speech therapy at 2. So he was scheduled for today at 2 and 3. So they called and said, oh, well, we made a mistake.
Poor baby.
I was like, we made a mistake. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to come in. Like, it'd be something if it was like 2 and 2:30, where it was just like, we're gonna extend the therapy session. But it was like, yeah. I'm not gonna be like 2, then stay there at like 2:30, and then wait 30 minutes, and then, because so I was like, can we just not do it this week? Because, and they're like, oh, what about tomorrow? I'm like, well, my other kid has an appointment tomorrow. And it's like, oh, okay. But so I have not seen the new game Repo yet. I've seen a lot of new games though. We might be playing Monster Hunter.
I did tell Papa.
What?
I told Papa when I got the new PC, the first thing I would install is Helldivers. That was the first thing after I installed the Brave browser, because I don't use Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
That I installed. I installed it like I promised Papa. So like, yay!
You install Fastro so you can join us.
I have Phasmo installed too. That was the third game I installed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be installing Dead by Daylight.
Grim, what did you do?
With Phasmo, I think there's push to talk in Phasmo, right?
What?
Is there push to talk in Phasmo?
There is.
All right, so I'll just make it where I'm push to talk. So if I accidentally slip up, I'll probably be off the mic at the time so that you guys can stream it. But like me have a way to censor me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
knowing my silly self, I would forget that I'm on push to talk, and I would say a bunch of bad stuff off the mic. That you guys, well, on my mic, but like you guys can't hear, so like, yay! That would be a way I could play Phasmo while you guys stream.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like there's the so there's like you can talk like with the button, but then there's also the radio.
Nice.
So the radio is. You would love to play Phasmo sometime? Yeah, maybe, Grim, on the 20th, maybe, I might be playing Phasmo.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, Grim, so we got the PC for Silver, and he set it up.
Nice. The 20th, I will actually be home because Emmy's visiting during that time.
Yeah.
Well, we can get Emmy to play too if Emmy has it.
Yeah, it would definitely be like, because I don't know who's all, I know Axel wants to join possibly. So it will probably be like where we do like rounds of like people joining in. May is out of town that day. That's why I'm like trying to get people to play play games.
Yeah.
So on the 20th, May will be out of town, so I will be playing Phasmo with whoever wants to join.
I can definitely play Phasmo because like I'm pretty sure by the 20th, because she leaves on the 21st, she's not going to want to go anywhere on the 20th.
Yeah.
She just wants to hunker down at home.
Yeah. We do have to play
relax.
Bronzebeard. We're going to get Silver to play it with us because I have to see what workday is the 20th, but I should be able to join nevertheless, just if I can stream / how long my energy levels are for how long I play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so,
then...
fun fact, Amy bought me RimWorld yesterday.
RimWorld.
So I have RimWorld now. I don't have the DLC, but like RimWorld itself, just having that is a chance for me to try it out on my stream to see how I do with it, how much I like it before I start committing myself to the DLC.
So Graham, it's only at 4, mainly because there is mods for the game, but if you're caught with mods, they will ban you from Phasmo. So a do not mod the game.
So it's kind of like Final Fantasy 14. You don't mod Final Fantasy 14 or talk about modding Final Fantasy 14 if you actually do mod it, because it goes against the Square Enix TSO for Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, you were talking about Bronzebeard? Oh, maybe. I wonder if there's Bronzebeard. No, so Bronzebeard was up. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it had like up to like 8 or 16 people. I even had people saying that even them modding their single player world got them banned in Phasmo. Mainly because when you go to multiplayer, because you're making money quicker than everyone else, like you're leveling up. So it's like not fair for other people, which is like, yes and no. If you're never gonna play multiplayer, why does it matter?
Yeah. I just realized I can
It's
download,
1 to 8 players.
I can download Dead by Daylight and play Dead by Daylight now. I bought that for me back around my birthday last year, and I haven't had a chance to play it because it was too beefy for the laptop, or too much for the laptop, and I refuse to uninstall Final Fantasy 14 just because of how long it takes to reinstall that. I did find out though that even though my desktop was on Wi-Fi, because I need to get a new Ethernet cable for it, so I can, which I have Ethernet ports. I have multiple Ethernet ports, because I bought one of those little port holders. It's pretty good on the Wi-Fi. Like, it downloaded Helldivers in a matter of 30 minutes on just the Wi-Fi. Whereas my laptop would have took so much longer, even with it being plugged in through the Ethernet. Yay,
desktop? A game I want to get is House Flipper 2. Because on... Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, by the way, with me being back as Surrey as well, I plan on doing some comfy cozy streams like I used to, because I used to, like, Stardew Valley was my comfy cozy stream.
Oh, yeah.
So was Slime Rancher. Hottie, everything was chaotic. And I don't think I had a single stream where I was comfy cozy with her.
So in May, House Flipper 2 is getting a co-op DLC that is free.
Ooh.
So May and I are like, yes, we need to get House Flipper 2. And it's up to 4 players co-op.
Nice.
We're good. And you can play you can play story mode in co-op.
Ooh.
So you're actually like you actually do story mode co-op.
Nice. Oh, something that's thrown me off with getting this desktop is it actually has a case that you can put it in for traveling.
Really?
Yes. It's not one of the best cases. It's one of those like flimsy cases, but it works. So what I'm doing is, because I do plan on eventually moving to the UK, preferably Scotland, I'm going to keep the foam that goes inside the desktop tower itself.
Okay.
So when I go to move, I can put the foam back in it to protect the parts from moving around and being jostled by the airport.
Hey, Grim, you should change what you're fighting. Either train all or train magic or train ranged. Because right now you're mining the monsters to death.
I'm mining the monsters for ore.
Yeah, I know. That's why I switched to healing so I could heal you up. That's the way to get them to rock out, right? Yes.
Way too funny.
Slay is like.
I also find it funny that I joined you right before you started streaming. You were just like in your
starting soon.
Setup.
I had just hit. That was the funny thing, is I had just hit go live and you popped up. I'm like, hey, I'm still setting up, sort of, because I rushed it. But
yeah, what it is you popped up on my Twitch thing because I get notified when you go live. I'm like, oh, she's going live. I went and looked in the internal fam Discord and you're there. I'm like, oh, let me go join her. And then you're like, hey, I'm starting soon screen. I'm like, oh, I get to be part of the pre-warm up.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is like what the one time like I did a quick post on Twitter and like posted in the internal family, but didn't do any of my self promos. Mainly because on Tuesdays and Thursdays, oh, Grim died. So now I'm just, this is hilarious.
Oh, by the way, I'm getting pushed more now from Talon and a few other people that found out that my friends that cosplay as Marvel characters has been pushing this. So I'm the group I cosplay with. I'm normally Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, and like my friend, literally the guy that cosplays as Iron Man, who spent $50,000 on his Iron Man suit. Most of it being because he's a big boy and needed a lot more material for his. Bought me a Winter Soldier arm. He didn't tell me how much it cost until we're at a con and I'm wearing the arm. And he told me it was $1,000. I'm like, take it off now. I don't trust myself with this. Nope. I have friends like that will do things like that. But I was the Winter Soldier of the group. But the arm is so customized to me that it will only fit me and nobody else. I haven't worn it in a while because the rest of my Winter Soldier gear got destroyed from mold. I gotta replace all that other stuff because it's basically my Winter Soldier stuff was black military gear.
Yeah.
So like I just gotta go to an Army surplus store and get that stuff again. Which I spent $1,000 on doing myself.
So apparently if you're training healing,
yeah,
and you're in the other room healing, like just healing, and the other person dies, the monsters don't come after you. If you're healing. So I was just healing no one. I was healing myself. And the monsters were in a group just watching me heal myself. So I was maybe like half health. I got to full health, and then now I'm fighting.
Yeah, the group wants me to be also Flip Martin, aka Hawkeye, because I really like Hawkeye just as much as I like Bucky. I'm also like the occasional Loki in the group because I can fit in the one guy's Loki costume pretty well. And I know Loki's mannerisms. That's the thing that they like about me is the characters I like, I know their mannerisms, so I can actually cosplay them exactly to how they are.
Yeah.
So the guy that cosplays as Iron Man has has a replica bow and quiver of Hawkeye's. And he's like, you need to do Hawkeye. You're the only one that can do Hawkeye. Because, one,
hey, Axel.
you like Hawkeye. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
Hi, Axel. Two, you are good at, with your mannerisms of acting as these characters. You need to be Hawkeye. And I have a quiver and bow that would work for that. We just need to get you the costume.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're not buying the costume, because knowing my luck, the bow and the quiver both cost $1,000. She's like, no, they cost $500 each. I'm like, so we're still talking about in the grand. So yeah, and then I told Talon about it and like how I've been wanting to cosplay it as Hawkeye, both as Hawkeye and as Ronin. So like Talon even sat there and said, you need to do it, you need to do it, you need to do it. I'm like, oh, and Emmy's now saying I need to do it. So Hawkeye is back in the works when I can afford it. I need to get done paying all these loans first.
I do have to raid off.
You're good, because I'm almost at work. I was going to have to leave, too.
Okay.
Whee! I'm actually pulling into work now. That's how much I was almost at work. I find this funny. I come in as you're about to raid off each time.
Yeah.
Or come into work each time you're about to raid off. That works.
That does work.
Let's go. Okay,
we're gonna raid off to Living Frost just because they're playing Stardew Valley. We were just talking about cozy streams. I do like Stardew Valley. So yeah. This is the pup raid, and here's the sub raid. Again. Alright, so yeah. Until next time. Bye.